Hey, what's up everyone, Miranda of Student Aesthetics, and in today's video I want to talk about intermittent fasting while bulking, because a lot of people have been asking me about this, because I personally like to do it, at least like this bulk, I'm doing it again. So first of all, I'd like to make clear that intermittent fasting is not like a magical thing, alright? It's not a magical tool for fat loss or building muscle. Well, it kind of is like a little magic trick for fat loss in my opinion. At least it helped me a lot. Now, I want you guys to understand first that intermittent fasting is not for everyone, alright? There are a lot of hard gainers out there that do not want to use intermittent fasting while bulking. For me, it's a very useful tool to stay lean while building muscle mass. First of all, I want you guys to understand how you can actually build muscle mass, and I want you to check out my video, tips for building muscle mass while staying lean first. And you can also check out the video that I did on intermittent fasting explaining what it is. But it's basically, you know, fasting for the majority of the day and then fitting in all your food in a certain time schedule. So for a lot of people that will be 16-hour fast and then an 8-hour eating window. Now you don't necessarily have to do like the 16 and 8-hour, right? You can also like shorten that in a little bit. That's what I personally do during my bulk. I just fast for less long than I would during my cut. Alright, so during my cut I may fast for like 16 hours or 18 hours a day, which I personally don't even do. I do like 14 to 16-hour fast, and then during my bulk I would kind of like shorten that fasting period, so maybe I'll only fast like for 12 hours. So personally I don't like to really put a time frame on it. I just like to see intermittent fasting as waking up and just postponing their first meal, pushing it through as far as you can into the day. Alright, so one day I may get very hungry at like 1 o'clock, the other day I may start eating at 5 o'clock. Like it doesn't really matter. So a lot of people think that intermittent fasting is not optimal for bulking because of the meal timing. Alright, a lot of people think you have to eat like 6 to 8 times a day in order to build muscle, because you have to keep like feeding your muscles throughout the day all the time. Right, now that is a myth. I will put some links in the description box down below explaining this in scientific details, because I know you guys want to know the science behind it, so I'll do that for you guys. But with that said, intermittent fasting can be a very useful tool for bulking, for trying to build a muscle mass, and then especially in order to build muscle mass while staying lean. Alright, like I said, this only applies to certain people, because back in the day it was actually very hard for me to get in enough calories per day. Now at that time I started eating a lot more. I also went to America, to the USA. One second, those horses are fucking me up over here. This is Sevilla, guys. There are horses all the time. They're fucking on my videos. So yeah, what I wanted to say, back in the day, like I started bulking for a very long period of time. It was very hard for me to put on muscle mass because my stomach wasn't that big, you know. I wasn't able to eat a lot of food, so I had to do like a lot of mass gainer shakes. I had to eat like 6 times a day, because otherwise, you know, I just wasn't able to get in enough calories to grow, because you need a certain amount of calories in order to build muscle. And so then I went to the USA, and there like everything got completely out of hand. You know, I started eating pizza every single day, fast food, you know, fries, burgers, and it was amazing though. It was amazing. And I also started putting on a lot of weight, but a lot of that was fat as well. You can see that in my dirty bulking transformation video that I did. But yeah, after that time, I started putting on fat. You know, I also have more fat cells now, and they will never disappear. And from there on out, you know, it basically was a lot harder for me to lose fat, because I actually started out as, you know, skinny hard gainer, but I'm not that anymore, guys. For me, it's very hard to stay lean, to get lean. Actually, you know, it is a real struggle. And now still, when bulking, it's still a struggle for me to stay lean, because I can easily eat 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day if I just eat whatever I want. All right, so I really have to control myself, and intermittent fasting is a very useful tool for me to do that, because it allows me to eat huge meals but don't overshoot on calories. All right, because I only get like 3,000 calories to work with per day. That is what I'm on now. Like the deeper I get into this bulk, I will eat a little bit more calories, but it will probably not go above like 3,400 calories. So I still have to somewhat control myself, and for me intermittent fasting is just that tool that helps me with staying lean and with not overshooting on those calories, because I don't like to eat like 6 very small meals a day, or even like 8 meals. Some people do that as well. I like to have big meals. I actually like eating out a lot, and that is why, you know, intermittent fasting helps me with that as well, because I basically save a lot of calories for later on the day, so I can actually have like a huge epic dinner. And that's really how I feel my life improves, you know, and it makes the lifestyle a lot more sustainable for me. And that is the most important word when it comes to fitness, when it comes to nutrition, and when it basically comes to building the physique of your dreams. Consistency is key. All right, and in order to be consistent, you have to live a lifestyle that is sustainable for you. All right, and if intermittent fasting makes a diet sustainable for you, then it is the perfect choice for you. All right, but like I said, for a lot of people it is not the best option. All right, because I know there are a lot of people out there that have trouble gaining muscle, really have a hard time gaining weight, and in that situation I do really recommend, you know, having breakfast, eating 6 times a day, eating smaller meals throughout the day, because that make it a lot more easy for you to get in those calories per day. But if you're like me and you're actually having a very hard time with staying lean or getting lean, you know, a lot of people see me doing these videos, a lot of people see me on Instagram, they see my body and they're like, oh man, like you're blessed, or it's so easy for you to stay and be shredded. It is not, guys. It is a struggle every fucking day for me to be this lean, all right? But making those lifestyle changes, like intermittent fasting, it has helped me so greatly with being lean as well as staying lean, all right? So that is why, for me, it is the perfect choice to do intermittent fasting while I am bulking. Now, if I come to the certain point where maybe I have 3,400 calories to work with, or even a little bit more, I might drop intermittent fast. And until then, I'm gonna continue because I really, really love it, and it just enables me to live a very enjoyable lifestyle, you know? If it can help you with that as well, I highly recommend you guys to try it out. And like I said, you know, the eating window is just a little bit smaller for me. I don't like to say to stick to certain hours, like you have to fast for 13 or 16 hours. Like, I don't have to do anything. I just wake up and I push my first meal as far as possible. One day is different than the other day, and that is pretty much how I do it. When I'm cutting, I'm maybe a little bit more strict with the eating window, but the eating window is not something magical as well, okay? That is basically just an idea, and that's just like a guideline, all right? How many meals you want to eat, that doesn't really matter, right? Like I said, it's all about the total calories per day, macros per day, and you just want to focus on that. So whether it's 2 meals a day or 5 meals a day, you name it. But I do recommend having at least 2 meals a day, especially because you are bulking. You can definitely have enough calories to do so. So for me, it's usually like four big meals a day. Maybe I'll throw in a snack here and there, but that's pretty much it. And that's the way that I hit those 3,000 calories per day. As far as training fasted goes, I personally don't do it. Even when I was cutting body fat, I usually didn't really train fasted. It's something you can do, but like when you're bulking, I personally do not really recommend it. Unless you're having better workouts when you are fasted, you know. I know a lot of people that actually do have better workouts when they are fasted. Maybe they'll have some caffeine before as well. If you do, then go ahead and do it. Like I said, consistency is key, all right? And if something makes you feel the best you can be and gives you better workouts, then fucking go for it, all right? I think that's the most important thing. That said, I think I shared everything on my mind. With that said, I think I shared everything on my mind. So bottom line is, you know, with that said, I think I shared everything on my mind. So bottom line is, you know, do whatever works for you. And if intermittent fasting makes it easier for you to not overshoot on your calories per day in order to stay lean while bulking, then go ahead and do it. And that is my final advice. So I highly recommend you guys to check out the other videos as well. I'll put a link in the description box down below. Make sure to like this video as always. Subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about me, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.